Welcome back, Web3 TV. I'm Cristina Najera, and we are at the Cardano Summit with Omar from Goodwall. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Thank you so much, Christina, for having me and excited about the summit.
Yes, I'm very happy to have you. Would you like to start sharing more about you and what you do?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name's Omar. I'm a co-founder of Goodwall. At Goodwall, you can really think of us as the next generation talent community. An easy way of visualizing what Goodwall does is we're the LinkedIn for the TikTok generation, helping young people maximize their potential and become the best versions of themselves.
Wow, I love that. How is it connected with Web3?
Absolutely. So at Goodwall, we co-create alongside industry leaders and partners pathways for young people to employment, to entrepreneurship, providing them with the skills that they need for the future. And of course, when we think of the future, Web3 is a fundamental part of that, right? And so we've partnered alongside Cardano, Catalyst, the Cardano Summit, Endmaker, and many of the other ecosystem partners in order to co-create pathways towards that. One very recent example that we unveiled today at the Cardano Summit was an art competition that we hosted for youth around the world called Art Beyond Borders. Now with Art Beyond Borders, the whole concept was to enable young emerging artists from all over the world where art can sometimes be perceived as a stigma even though creativity is amongst the top 5 skills in the world. So enable them, give them a platform, give them credit for their art. And confidence for their art. So young artists around the world submitted their art through the Goodwall platform, and the winners got their art minted with Endmaker and will now shortly be available as a collection for auction and purchase globally. So really, really excited about that.
Wow,
Launching that here at the Cardano Summit.
congratulations. It's a very good use case because we all want to understand more how people can use Web3, how people can connect and start this journey. How did you start your journey?
Oh, no, with pleasure. And I think just building on what you just said, this is a perfect example of not just telling people about Web3, right? It's an example or a use case of showing them the value of Web3 by getting them to engage and use it themselves and see the value themselves. So in terms of my story, I was born into a humanitarian family of sorts, so I co-founded Goodwall with my brother Taha. We were both born into a humanitarian family. As I mentioned, our father served the UNHCR to help refugees, and our mother the Global Fund to fight HIV, AIDS, TB, and malaria. So we grew up, if you will, with a desire to create meaningful impact with our lives. But I also, I started coding at around the age of 10. I initially wanted to become a particle physicist, benefited from some of the best education you could get, and decided, oh wow, if I could leverage this technology, and this time specifically social networking technology in order to create impact at a large scale, that would be a meaningful way for me to contribute to society.
Wow, 100%. We need more people like you that want to contribute to society. And
Thank
with
you.
that, how can you explain Web3 with easy words?
Ooh, so that's an interesting thing. I think for me, what Web3 does is it breaks down barriers that exist in today's world. It provides freedom for those who do not have freedom, right? Provides hope for those who do not hope. If I'm just taking the use cases that we've seen in terms of youth, right? There are all these buzzwords, DAOs and crypto, but when you really come down to it, what Web3 enables in a decentralized world, in a distributed world, is equality, if done appropriately, right? Equity and freedom.
100%. And how do you see the future in Web3, knowing that you are building a platform to help people to be connected with something that they are passionate about?
Absolutely. So, I mean, for us, we are optimists. When Web3 or crypto as a whole has gone through quite an interesting path, and I think we're now reaching a stage where credibility is rising. There's a lot more trust in the system itself. Ourselves, we have made a stable coin the in-app currency across the board in Goodwall, which was something almost unimaginable a few years ago. But now every young person who earns on Goodwall, saves on Goodwall, is doing so with a stable coin, pegged a digital dollar, if you will. And that's an incredibly powerful way forward. For me, I think Web3 is going to be normalized in ways that it hasn't already been so today. But for that to happen, it needs, the ecosystem needs more use cases, more partners, and needs to demonstrate the value and the impact it can drive for society and communities, building on what I mentioned earlier, right? How does it drive hope? How does it drive confidence? How does it drive freedom and break down those barriers that exist today?
Yes, 100%. How people can access to your platform?
So Goodwall is a mobile app available, in every country. We've been featured on the app stores in 30 countries. So you just, go on Google Play or iOS, download it, and join the community.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing, Omar. I'm sure a lot of people will benefit from your app and they will be very happy to see how they can start using Web3, how they can be part of this amazing community. It was a pleasure having you here.
Thank you so much, Cristina, for having me. Super excited to be a part of this community and the Cardano Summit this year. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. And thank you for watching. Remember to share this with your friends because everybody deserves to know more about Web3, AI, cryptocurrency, and blockchain. I'm Cristina Najera. See you next time.